in every matchup all the way through. One of these teams will be saying goodbye to their dreams of Impact glory. Who's it gonna be? Here are your casters, Freddy and Sam, take it away.
Will they crack or shimmer with glory? An elimination game, it's all on the line. And Inferno, I have a bad feeling about this map for FlyQuest Red and this veto in general. Seeing Mirage being floated as a decider and them not picking into what ordinarily should be their main map, it doesn't fill me with masses of confidence for this North American side.
Absolutely, but let's kick things off straight away right at top Banana, and already Big EQUIPA have taken that control, slammed open the doors onto the site, and that's going to be an easy plant for them. And I got to echo your sentiment there. This entire veto, I'll be honest, coming into this, it's exactly what I predicted the veto would be, but on paper, it absolutely favors the Big EQUIPA squad. So to kick it off in such a dominant fashion perhaps doesn't bode too well, but it's early, you know, it's very early. It's 10:30 here in Stockholm. The ladies might need a moment or two to warm up in more ways than one. Big EQUIPA, however, do not need time, do not need a moment. They're going to start instantly with strength and prowess. Goosebreeder all alone, but cannot make the miracle happen, and it's a strong start for the Big EQUIPA squad.
Yeah, that's setting the tone for the future. When you look at this veto, it's like Inferno. I'm hoping to see a better start coming out from Big EQUIPA. In general, what I was very disappointed with yesterday was also seeing Astra have the worst performance on the team. She's the IGL who's almost like a star player and is almost cooling around herself because she's so individually capable, so much so that she's taken those roles away from Hanker. Yep. So to see her then come into the finals after being phenomenal in the online season and be honestly quite bad, you can't have that. So for Big EQUIPA, I still believe that they are a team that should make it to the finals. I mean, they're going to have to get past NIP if they do get there. Have to get to the playoffs at the first place. But yeah, I need to be seeing a bit better at the early stages, and so far they've exactly got that. And FlyQuest Red, they're going to be put down onto the eco early on, starting on the defense. Emmy looking to get that AWP out as soon as possible.
I love that there's that one smoke, and part of me is like, is that for the Ninja defuse? I'm
quite confused by it, because like...
Because there's no kit. So if you're going to do a Ninja defuse play, surely...
Yeah, well, the whole point right here is Goose is jiggling CT. So when these smokes come in CT for the T side, she drops that smoke and she wants the T side to then go up onto the A bomb site where there is those 4 players stacked up. Issue is when those 4 players get contact, Astra kills them all with a max 10. So not only will it be a near flawless round for Big, but it's also going to be an extra $2,400 farmed up for the IGL.
I love that that played out exactly as you said.
Just kind of, yeah. I mean, well, the CT side there, I'm not sure why they moved. Like, I know it's an eco and it's like kind of whatever, but if they just stayed in their position, they probably would have maybe got a little bit more buck for their bang, but it's an eco. It's first 2 rounds. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter.
I think with the important note here, we were kind of talking about this at a point, but like FlyQuest and Big EQUIPA are 2 teams that we know are capable of so much more. And on day 1, neither of them showed us their ceiling. And we were actually disappointed in both of those teams, not because they lost necessarily, but because it looked like they weren't playing to their best. So today is really important for them. Every single moment from here on out is that knife's edge between the possibility of moving to the next level or straight up going home.
This is already a very interesting start to the CT side. Playing a very early rotate over towards the B bomb site, it's the A bomb site. Goosebreeder's been dropped all that utility, but Big, they need to, FlyQuest need to mobilize, because if they don't take that space, then Goose is just going to get soloed on, executed soloed on.
They've given up early banana control. I think maybe the pressure from that first round giving them a little bit of pause. But there's been 2 rounds now where they've put a lot of presence, a lot of emphasis on that A bomb site, and left Goose to kind of cook a little bit here.
She's got a smoke, but they're just going to go straight through this.
The flash already out. The smoke slows him down for half a second. Goose is good for 1, but it is going to get traded out. Now the rotations have to come through. They're going to go for a split rotation to try and come through for this retake, but Bomb should go down without really any kickback, and, well, Marie's been taken out.
Yeah, it kind of should be saving there. Actually, maybe even before Marie went for it. There's no kits. Sure, the bomb took a while to get down, but you'd lost the bomb site and you were still in top brackets. And going back to the point I made during the round, if you're going to have that early rotation, if you're going to have the 4 players over towards A, I would like to see them take that control so they're not just leaving Goose Breeder on that island, which subsequently she conceded.
Well, there you go. 3 rounds, quick shop for Big EQUIPA. Again, you know, a lot of that, it is a bit of a tough one. We're very early on, and FlyQuest is still trying to find the rhythm of the game, so to speak. But having the 2 rounds where they put so much of that emphasis, and I think that that's probably a view towards saving, right? So if they all hit, it's kind of like when you stack in a pistol round, you're kind of all expecting to either die or, you know, go for some exits. In this particular round, it's like, well, either they hit our site and we're 4 strong and maybe we have a chance, or they hit the other site and we can hold on to a fair amount of our rifles, just in case things go wrong. It's a bit of a gamble decision to make, but we'll see how that fares for them as the rest of the half goes on, because having saved those guns means that now they've got a few more guns in hand into this one. They should have a bit of a stronger opportunity, and here we're seeing a far more split defense, a lot more aggression early on towards Banana. They know how important that control is. It's a better look from the start of the round. How do we pivot?
Well, right now, Goose is being set up by Bibian with a flashbang. Normally the other way around you'd expect, but Goose should be taking contact soon. However, her escape is now being blocked. This is very difficult for Goose Breeder, but she's still going to fight her way through. Good support from Bibian. A bad Molotov that's still not going to flush her out. And FlyQuest actually win out on the dance of utility on top Banana.
And it really was a little bit of a back and forth there. Flashes coming out, smokes, Molotovs, trying to flush Goose out. But that final flash that comes out that allows her to get that player that swings, Hanka, shuts her down really early on. Now they have control of the B site, and they forced a little bit of a rotation here from Big EQUIPA. Not so much so that the bomb has pivoted entirely. They've done a little bit of an exploratory mission across the map. But it looks like they're going to re-hit towards this B site. And another smoke comes down. So FlyQuest doing their best to take down the time as far as possible. And Emmy gets the kill onto Emson. That's the lurk, and that's a huge opening.
That's massive as well, because Goose Breeder had no more utility. I was thinking we're going to have the same as last round, right? Where Goose Breeder gets executed on by herself. But no, because of Emsan being caught off on the lurk, the rotations come in. Vanessa's even here. There's 4 players on the B bomb side. And Big, they're just walking to their grave. They will get 1 kill, but I would hope that is just it, especially because the bomb is dropped on Banana. 9 seconds, just got to hope that they don't die after time now. Kiosa, they're not facing her. They're not fighting her. The clock's ticking down, and honestly, luckily, she dies before time.
Good resurgence here from FlyQuest. Good to see them starting to make some of those adaptations. This is what we were kind of waiting for. Those first few rounds, they can be really difficult. You know, you lose that pistol and it can turn into a bit of a snowball, and the economy starts to become a problem, and there's so many factors that you have to try and deal with and make the exact right decision to give yourselves a possibility. And so that save in the previous round starts to make that little bit more sense now. Emmy's got an AWP in hand, so she's got an opportunity to try and get some openings, but Viku has one as well. This has been a good start to Big. Despite the fact that they did lose that round, they kept the previous rounds one-sided enough that just losing 1 round doesn't break their economy.
Yeah, both AWPers really struggled yesterday. Emmy, the worst one on team, Viku only marginally better than Astra. So, especially coming into this best of 3, I'm putting a lot of focus on the AWPers. However, already I'm looking at Emmy, and this is exactly what I've seen before, of she just sits on short. She's not very dynamic with the AWP on Inferno, and I wonder how Big are going to play against that, because if I've seen it, I assume they've seen it as well. But it's actually going to be the pressure from the T side applied on top Banana, and it's a little bit awkward. They're not going to take the space they would have wanted with all the utility they've used. And yeah, you can see the Molos coming in to force Emmy off, but Kiosa still gets caught off guard and is super lucky to get away with her life there.
Yeah, just barely. 2 HP and a dream. You can see Goose and BB again fighting for this control at top Banana, waiting for the util to come out. The first Molotov. Oh, Emmy dies in the interim, but it's the perfect opportunity for BB to get the first into Goose, for Goose rather, to follow up on that. So despite losing someone so early on, they keep the numbers in a formidable space. But all of that is a bit of smoke and mirrors over towards the B site. The bomb is still posturing A. We're only 2 strong here. Goose is still holding towards B just in case. And she's going to have to motor when this exec comes in. We're doing a little bit of contacting here for Big as well. So they're not going to be aware of it until Big are right on top of them. And there it is. Vanessa with the first. Gets shot down by Viku. Great shot. Emson to follow up. And as mentioned, Goose Breeder way too far away when the call comes in. A 1v2 clutch is what it's going to take. She's gotten the first of the round. She's got one already, but cannot get any more than that. Big play this very well.
Good to see Viku as well starting to get online a lot earlier, or well, just I guess in general, unlike yesterday. And for Big, actually impressed that they are able to take that round away. When I'm looking at Kiosa's being tagged down on 2 HP, and the B top banana take very unsuccessful on 2 different occasions, I wasn't thinking that was going to spell success for Big, but I think that's actually why they are so good, that even though the round and the default doesn't go their way, they're still able to win it out in a pretty tidy fashion, all things considered.
All right, Goose. Fair enough. Gets the first kill of the round, yeah, and she's still so willing to play such an aggressive banana hold. How much more can you get done here? Do they think that they flushed her away?
Well, that's actually, I mean, it's a great opening kill for Goose Breeder, but the T-side just did the exact same thing they did last round. Didn't work last round. This time they go for it again and actually lose the opening kill because of it.
It's a pity that it's in an unrecoverable spot. Would have been really cool if Goose had been able to pick up that rifle, but it's just way too far away there. And it's crazy to me. Maybe not crazy, but it's they're being so passive. One pistol kill, and Big are like, whoa, all right. Let's take a moment here. Slow things down a bit. Again, a little bit contacty. Try to get into FlyQuest heads a little bit more here. That smoke's going to dissipate in just a moment. That's the last of FlyQuest utility completely gone. Big know now they have a huge advantage, or should at least suspect as much.
Look at the flank though, sorry. Emmy's pushed down top, pushed down mid, and has killed Viku in the back. That's going to force Big into the meat grinder, but Emsan and Astra are fighting their way through.
Easy enough when it's the anti-eco, but so much damage done is a huge boon here for FlyQuest. I think they've done more than what they could realistically have been asked to do, and on top of that, they've recovered the AWP as well. And Bibiana is looking for a little bit more, getting a bit cheeky here. She's actually picked up a MAC-10, but isn't going to hold on to it. Feeling the long range of the Deagle. This isn't a big moment, it's not an important moment, but it would be a really fun moment.
There is a kit in CT, by the way.
Yeah, but look at where everyone is.
Okay.
Like
I was going to say, I was like, look at the HP. Marie did have a kit. You never know. Very scary round though for Big. Like they're sitting 5-1 up, but a little part of me is thinking, skin it, skin, but they're getting away with it.
Skin of your teeth.
Skin of your teeth. That just completely eluded me for a
English
second.
teach, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, native English speaker here.
Out.
But yeah, like that, that anti-eco. Look, 1 extra bullet, and that could have been a completely different story.
Looking forward to seeing what FlyQuest do in the next round here, because we're seeing some, I don't want to say dynamism, because there's a lot of stuff here that's very similar to things we've seen before from FlyQuest, but you can see that the gears are turning.
From FlyQuest?
Yeah.
I think we need to, I'm interested to see how they're going to evolve this city side, because
yeah.
I think that was the issue they had yesterday, is they got stuck in a rut. But this is a perfect time for a timeout. Get Sheikh Zula on the mic and take 30 seconds to think about what you want to do to approach this next gun round.
Looking quite somber in the FlyQuest camp.
I had them at, they were down at breakfast around the same time I was there. They all sounded very happy, I'll say.
Yeah.
Walked past the table, they all sounded very cheerful, very joyful, which is always a good sign. And you could especially see, or I think Goose was talking about Marie, who is quite a big vibes person. So especially in a game like this, you just kind of need that one round to unlock yourself. You need that one round to start hooping and hollering. You just need to get that round to start igniting the fire.
Yeah. Perhaps this could be that opportunity. We're back into the guns, back in the money. And aggressive banana control taken with bodies this time. They've done the utility battle. That did net some results for them. This time around, Gonna try and pincer in around the bigger keeper ladies, maybe corral them a little bit, get them uncomfortable, get some flanks going of their own. And with it being Goose and BB, you can certainly expect it to do well. Now it is being watched for as the exec starts to come in on towards the A side. This could be very dangerous for the duo moving down bottom banana. Meanwhile, bigger keepers start making their way in. Viku's going to get the kill onto the lurking Goose Breeder. Didn't even have the opportunity. Astra gets 2 on site, and everything capitulates in a matter of moments. We were talking about Viku not really getting much done yesterday. She's looking a lot better today.
Yeah, I mean, marginally, I'd say. You know, just a little bit. So Astra's kind of the main reason why that round is won so easily, just because she runs onto the bomb site and gets a double entry, which is also the one player that we called out being like, hey, Astra didn't do too well on Mirage. Well, guess what? Today's a new dawn, and she's showing why she had such a good regular season online, showing us why she made a grand finals in Season 5. And that is actually one of the first round probably that I look at Big and I go, damn, okay, this is the big EQUIPA that we've been wanting to see. The team that went flawless in the regular season, the team that only was pushed to double digits once in those 5 best of 3s, where even though FlyQuest took the early space, the reaction and the response from Big, everyone was on the exact same page, and it was also executed perfectly.
This is starting to get a little bit scary for FlyQuest, right? Because we've got these moments from them where it starts to look good. And then, unfortunately, it gets snatched away from them. Again, good ideas that we're seeing from them. BB and Goose going for that little bit of a push down banana could have worked out, except that, well, Viku exists. So back to more tried and tested ways. Goose playing the aggressive position, but now they know she's here and they're just gonna spam away through that smoke. Unfortunately, just a little bit too telegraphed on that one. She loses her life. BB, great shot there. I didn't even think she was gonna get one, to be perfectly honest, but she does. But she's traded. It doesn't make too much of a difference. Emmy, unfortunately, not quite landing those shots. Now, with a player disadvantage, it's got to be a save angle.
I mean, that goes back to exactly what Letty said. Her phrasing was, "I felt it on my skin." Even though FlyQuest Red are in a setup to play anti-top banana aggression, they don't even get a look in. Like, there's not even a look in. It's how well they isolate Goose Breeder, and then how well they catch off Bibian on the bomb site, even though I think Astra also got caught off guard with how quickly that grenade came in to blow open the smoke. It was still the instant trading. And if we think about trading, that was one of the things that we said as a critique to FlyQuest Red yesterday, that they had very poor trade spacing. Big, it's been anything but that right now. And it's good to see that Emmy at least hasn't just sat on short this whole half, but even when she rotated in, like, they're hard shots to miss, but that AWP is paling in comparison to what Viku's putting onto the server right now.
I think I want to bring it back to that veto just one more time, because, like, FlyQuest's best map at the moment is Train. That's bigger keepers insta-ban, like, well, statistically. And it kind of feels like this was one of the worst matchups for a veto that FlyQuest could have had. Because the best map for bigger keeper, the one they're going to pick, it's Inferno. And they have not had the greatest look on Inferno recently. They haven't even played it. Well, they've played it a fair amount, but they're not looking great on it. So this, we were talking about how this may have been won in the veto. And unfortunately, that just comes down to, it's one of those teams. And I also think that bigger keeper's map pool is massive, which certainly plays a huge part.
Well, they used to play 7 maps back in the day.
There you go.
I mean, kind of actually a completely different roster, but Big, you know, same name, so same team, right?
Yeah, same. Same,
this,
but same.
However, though, you know, this finally some salvation for FlyQuest. They get an opening kill. Emsan gets caught very aggressive on the lurk. There's 4 players that are rotated onto the A bomb site. Surely this is the round that FlyQuest win, and that is exactly going to be it. Goose Breeder and BB both rotating from the B bomb site, both getting a kill apiece, and now Hanker and Viku, a duo that has done so much in this scene, even they can't win out this round.
And Goose getting a lot of value from that connector position. And obviously it all comes off of that first kill that came through, and Big still up to push in towards the A side. Even though they've lost the apps player, still feeling confident enough. They kind of full send their way up bracket. And Goose is there, ready and waiting. And this is what we were worried about when she was kind of still playing that top banana position. And we're like, it's becoming telegraphed. They know you're there. She moves over to the connect over towards A. And I don't know if it's just maybe a better spot for her. Maybe it was unexpected. But she gets a ton of value out of that.
Well, because BB took first contact, so like BB, they were looking at her. Goose just catches them off guard. They don't expect it, and it's all because Emmy was AWPing over towards B. So even though Emmy might not be putting pen to paper, she's still facilitating success from her team with allowing them mobility. But pedal to the metal, this dastardly dance of util on top banana. Well, it's favoring Big right now. That is a great flashbang, but there's just so much on the other side. Everyone, Par, Kiosa on the lurk, was on banana for Big, and just with brute force, they're punching their way through.
We've brought it down to an even kilter, though. Oh, that's a nasty angle from Vanessa. I love that so much. Kiosa seeming to expect that maybe there'll be a cheeky off angle, but can't win the battle.
Oh, the
timing!
I don't know why Astra's not just holding long there.
Not expecting her to come around that way, I suppose? I don't know, but Iku's now all alone. And as good as she's been so far on this map, I'm uncertain if that can continue to be the case in a 1v3 scenario.
That smoke being dropped on Moto could actually be very valuable to allow her time to play with, but look how the CT side are playing together. Buddy system, they're just grouping up. Viku, she swings in, does isolate Vanessa, but then doesn't expect Marie to be around the corner.
It all just goes awry. Gotta start to wonder, does it really make that much of a difference to be getting these rounds now? Yes, absolutely it does, because Big is still only on 7. So this is a great opportunity for FlyQuest to maybe push themselves over into that 5th round and have a little bit more of an opportunity in the second half. They really can't afford to drop another round here, and for Big EQUIPA, I mean, be a bit of a statement for them to get a bit of a runaway lead if they can snag the next few rounds themselves. But the pressure from FlyQuest has been such that Big are now on a Tech 9 round. Lots of utility though. I'm expecting a little bit of a rush to come out of this, and already hightailing their way over towards that A site. Trying to flush out for any sort of early aggression with some of their util. We stall out ever so slightly.
The issue with talking about FlyQuest getting 5 rounds is that they're still going to have to go on to their T side and play up against a Hanker and Astra B defense, which is awful to play against. And this Tech 9 round, it's a gimmick pop out of apartments, but it's not really getting any mobility. I say that, Emmy's now isolated on the bomb site. Goose Breeder will be rotating in to save her. And Emmy, well, she's just doing it with the sidearm. Everyone's got their pistols out. And Astra, that is a nice tap at range, and it's actually picked up an AK.
Emmy is no damsel in distress. I'll tell you that for free. Even without AWP in hand, she is still terrifying. You cannot count her out. There's still around 45 seconds here, so there is a world that we at least get that bomb planted, and Astra certainly feeling that, right? They came into this with Tech 9s.
She's not going to expect them to be behind her, to be fair. I doubt it anyways.
Oh, this is unfortunate. Knife? Question mark? Oh.
Second,
2 pistol kills there from Emmy.
Yeah, almost as many pistol kills on a pistol than with an AWP.
Damn, Freddy. See, this is why Freddy and I work. Because he's mean. And I'm the ray of sunshine. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
I'm the dark cloud. A solemn British man.
1 round left here in this half. And both of these teams going to be scrapping for it. Could be a very big game changer into the next half. So who comes out on top?
Emmy's posted up over towards the B bomb site. Going to be fighting through. Look how aggressive Goose Breeder's getting. She is pushing down Banana. If she continues, she's going to find them all as they're executing onto A. Issue is, FlyQuest, they're not really ready to receive this. BBM's going to rotate in, but she's going to be blocked behind utility, and that could leave Marie in a very difficult position.
The entirety of Big EQUIPA are making their way in. The lurk hasn't activated yet, but BB and Marie and Vanessa, in fact, geez, everyone getting involved in these fights where possible. Emmy gets caught out. Finally, Goose starts to activate, but Emson is all alone on an island, doesn't have the bomb anywhere near her. The bomb's been mollied off as well. She'll be able to get one, but now her position is very much known, and they know what her target is. She needs to go and try and recover that bomb. And once again, we're in that 45-second territory, but it's BB and Goose. And these two play off of each other so well when you give them an opportunity. Oh, BB's got her back turned. She's looking in the wrong direction. Now Goose Breeder again knows where this last player is, but also knows that there's a free rotation over towards the B site. So Goose has to read into this. She's made the wrong call. She's expecting the pivot back towards A, but the bomb is gone. And it's going to be a retake angle now. She still has a smoke and a kit. So there's a chance.
She's got a smoke in her kit, but the bomb gets planted when Goose Breeder is just leaving the A bomb site. She's going to take so long to get here, and Emsan can reposition anywhere and also has some util at her disposal.
Some really good util as well. First to come out, second to follow, the flash. Just slow things down ever so slightly. Could have saved that molly for bomb later. Doesn't even need it. What a shot, Emsan. Exactly the ending to the half that bigger keeper were hoping for. It's 8-4, and FlyQuest have an uphill battle ahead of them in the second.
Cat back to B now. They got back.
We have up on B.
One star. Pick.
2. One more.
Nice. One more.
I gotta reload. Coming to me.
One lane.
Vanessa,
And
can you flash Moto?
Let's
No.
go.
No. He's up, Moto. Both.
Ding.
Okay.
Ding. Last there.
I'm lit.
I'm just jiggling.
All you, baby. She's gonna isolate me.
She's dinked.
I'm flashing. Chill.
I'm coming
now.
I'm coming arch, Goose. I'm here. She's coming lane now. She's dinked. She's holding for push.
It's
I'm
up.
gonna
It's up.
push.
She might try to save.
What is doing?
Nice. That's all we need, guys.
Good
Just keep
shit.
it up. Nice fucking A round, guys. Keep it up. Good comms.
Let's go.
Always thought I could walk through fire, blow up a storm and see the light, yeah. I told my friends that I could run on water, and they said nobody can. They'll see me flying through the sky, yeah. Play hide and seek behind the clouds. I show my friends that I'm not scared of dreaming, and I'll do that again, over and over again.
The only homegrown player here at DreamHack Stockholm, ESL Impact Season 8 Finals, ends the first half with a 1 versus 3 and a 1 tap as well. Kind of the juxtaposition of a Goose Breeder who's played since the dawn of Counter-Strike, and Emsan who is fresh on the scene.
We always love to see those kinds of stories come into fruition here, but Start kicking off the second half, and it's Kyosa, who the desk had pointed out we wanted to see a little bit more out of. Well, great way to kick off the second half, give your team the numbers advantage. Now Astra under a little bit of heavy fire. Has been forced off of her angle, but not to the point where she's running scared. She's going to keep jiggling this, see if anybody's brave enough to swing her. FlyQuest playing this super passive. I like that Goose is still kind of giving the illusion of presence here while the rest of the team moves, but ooh, Kyosa and Boiler. She was watching for Bracket, but now she's pivoted her attention away. Looks back at just the right time, follows it up with a second. BB finally puts her down. And that is the bomb, it should be recovered, but is it going to matter? Because it turns into a little bit of a firing range, and BB is left all alone now. They lost their B player. So she has to somehow 1v3. Now, two players still need to rotate in, but she doesn't know where M-Stan is. Oh, looks up, maybe hears something, gets the kill, and should at the very least be able to get this bomb planted. And now suddenly this round has some legs on it. It's a tough one, but it is a pistol. Yes, it's a 1v2. But neither of these teams have a massive advantage in this final moment. It's going to come down to this positioning. The experience now from Bibian spots out both players. Knows she can be swung by two. Gets the first. Oh, the ducking and diving. Somehow Astra surviving. They both have to reload. And it's Hanker from the top rope to get that final kill. The defuse to come through. A devastating pistol round lost for FlyQuest Red.
That's actually going to be such a tough pill to swallow for Bibian, because she's going to finish that round knowing could have won that. Really could have won that. And I was thinking, taste of their own medicine, right? M-San ends the first half with a 1v3. Bibian begins the second half with a 1v3. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So all FlyQuest are going to have to suffice with is a bomb plant. They're going to have to force back into this following round because it is looking a little bit difficult. They're going 9-4 down. If Big win the first gun round, then we get into a position of I don't know if that's kind of map done. Obviously, we came into this veto saying, Inferno, it's going to be difficult. So for FlyQuest, I do put a lot of my expectations on map 2, on Dust2, but it would be nice to see a little bit of fight back on Inferno. And we're seeing a second tactical pause come out for FlyQuest, getting Sheikh Zula on the mic very quickly after the halftime, I would assume, more than anything, to just talk about their prep.
Possibly, yeah. And to maybe because at this point it's very close to double digits and things are starting to look a little bit stressful. So maybe it's also just a thing of like, all right, ladies, it's okay. Don't lose that focus. You know, don't get too much in your own heads. Yeah, it's looking a bit rough.
Call a set play probably with the Tech 9s.
Could be, yeah. We've got a Galil in the mix as well. So there's some really strong firepower here.
They've missed the mollo. Luckily, it doesn't come to bite them. Kyoso could have crossed very quickly over into Doghouse there.
They've got some decent pathing here in towards the A site. Circumvented a lot of the dangers of the bracket position by coming through Boiler.
There's 4A already, so FlyQuest, they're going to be going onto this bomb site, and Big are there ready to meet them.
And immediately Astra through the smoke, expecting that push to come through, gets a freebie, goes fishing, and comes out with the big one. But BB for the double makes it more contestable. That Galil pays off dividends, but how much more can it get done as Astra with another 3K? She had one with the Mac 10 earlier. My God, okay, Emmy. Tech 9s come up even more powerful, but it's a 1v1. And it's Hanker again in the 1v1 clutch to come out on top. 2 rounds in a row, but that is disgustingly close.
I have no idea how Emmy got there. I was like, where is she? And I was like, oh my God, she's in the moto smoke? How did she get there? Regardless, though, I come away from this round feeling very bad for FlyQuest because they get those opening 2 kills very cleanly by the hands of Bibian. Unfortunately, when you look at the rotations, it's Hanker and Astra. It's like, oh, now we have to deal with these players? And that's ultimately, in the end, what delivers success. And even though it came down to that 1 versus 1, no bomb plant for FlyQuest, they don't really have the means to purchase up in. So this is just a free 11th for Big.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Viku.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my God. Go off, Queen.
Cha-ching.
Ooh. Oh.
That is the definition of from the top row.
Yeah, I'll be honest, you know, the box was a bit of a stretch, but I wasn't sure if we
that is it, yeah.
There you go.
I think that was, by the way, 1 minute and 38 seconds in second mid.
Sakura who?
That's just Viku was like, I'm going to farm up. And also, it's best case scenario. She gets the 3 kills, gets the extra $1,800, dies, so she can buy an AWP.
We had the very next kill was an MP9 kill as well, so...
Next 2.
There you go. So, lots of money farmed up here. FlyQuest still going to be in on this round, but let's face it, losing this one... this is a very important round, and pressure certainly does seem to be building for them. And look at this aggression, Viku! You're actually unfair! And it's so good to see her showing up, but FlyQuest are having a really rough time of it at the moment, losing Emmy so early in the round.
Who had an AWP but didn't even get to use it.
As rough as it sounds, I mean, that feels like it's kind of been the case for most of this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can just already see the comparison of the 2 AWPers. Emmy had an AWP out for the majority of that first half, and I think only utilized it in one set piece to get an opening kill where they didn't find contact. First round, Viku has an AWP, goes for an opening kill, gets the kill.
Astra's been incredible. She's sitting on 19 and 10 at the moment. Just been so much fun. Like I said, 2-3 Ks at least.
Stepped up.
Huge performance here. Kyosa, unfortunately, gets insta put down. Great opener from Vanessa. BB with a solid swing.
Kill.
That's going to open up the A site quite nicely for them. They've actually managed to recover a little bit in this round. They've got the entire site free and clear now. You can see that paranoia, right? Checking every angle before we go for a plant, making sure that there's no one hiding out somewhere. Bomb will go down.
Hello. Wait,
oh my
what?
god, how did that not finish it up?
Sorry?
She must have moved.
What?
And then it went through like the wall or something. It's the only thing I can think of.
I think Viku's in there being like, sorry, what's happened?
Look at the smile on her face. She's like,
Yeah.
okay. Sure.
As much as actually we were giving Viku her kudos and her flowers in that round, she does make the bad call though. She gets the opening kill towards A and then instantly rotates towards B, which is like, oh, you've seen me here, but I'm going to move there and hope that you walk into me. But it was kind of like the double bluff from FlyQuest to be like, no, we know that's what you're going to do, so we're going to go to A. So it's a good call, and on top of that, it's a very good isolation from specifically Vanessa onto Kyosa, because as soon as she gets that kill, it's like the floodgates open. And that's a Vanessa who posted her best rating in the regular season. She's played in every single season of ESL Impact in the online stage, posted her best rating this season in Season 8 when FlyQuest topped it. Hasn't lit up the server yet in Stockholm, so just seeing a kill like that brings her to light a little bit more.
Good to see some of those signs of life here. We need so much more. Because Big still have money in this round. And we're still in that same position. If Big win this one, FlyQuest could be in a little bit of trouble because all that lost bonus is reset. They'll still have money into the next, but it's going to be uncomfortable. So for Big, this is a really big statement round for them to...
Sorry.
To almost certainly take them over the finish line or get them into pole position.
Needs to be careful. Look at the position Viku's posted on. If BB swings without a flashbang, that could be very difficult. But Kyosa, back-to-back rounds, should just be isolated. Firstly, how does she survive? Secondly, how does she get a kill? And as soon as Kyosa puts that pressure towards long, Viku inches around the corner, and Vanessa has no idea what's just hit her.
The worst part is the Molotov is thrown there to flush out any players who are there, but no one is watching for the flush.
Sorry, you're starting to sound like me now.
Yeah, well, I can do analysis, okay? I know Counter-Strike. I also know maths, and unfortunately, this player disadvantage go on Astra. Get another one. Another 3K for Astra! She's just so good!
Oh, I don't know. I actually just don't know how she does that. With the FAMAS with the spray transfer, and then the third with the AK through the smoke. Astra, and I think it's fair to say now after seeing this performance, played so badly yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking, like, this ain't the Astra I know. And today she's gone, yeah, sorry guys, I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm still one of the best players of this tournament, and I'm going to show why. She's having one of the best performances so far we've had in Sweden.
Incredible. Map point now for Big EQUIPA, and as mentioned, a little bit uncomfortable for FlyQuest. Not the worst that it could possibly be. We'll see if they can make some miracles happen here. Oh, Goose is already gone. Hanka. Oh, just running down two of the FlyQuest players. And again, that quick maths is a player disadvantage. Oh my god, and BB's taken down as well. And the last 2 players remaining. And the bomb is still towards Spawn. And it's map point.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was saying when we were going into that second half of like, oh, FlyQuest might get 5 or 6 at the half, whatever. They're still going to have to play against Hanka and Astra on the B-bomb side. And even though Hanka's having a pretty poor game by her standards, is still able to pull off rounds like that. And also a small micro, their utility on Banana, they threw a nade first into Wood. Also on the left side, and then threw the nade on the right side, so Goose got naded first on one side, and then wanted to run away from the second nade, but then ran into the second one.
Amy left in a 1v5, and well, it's not gonna happen. Hanka starts the round and finishes it. Final nail in the coffin on the first map here in our first best of 3 of the day. And FlyQuest find themselves 1 map away from elimination, Freddie.
Berlin International Gaming Ultras are out in full force as well. The main team, IFB, have been playing out of their mind, and now they go on to Dust2. Their opponent's map pick, albeit, but they have so much momentum. They have all the wind in their sails, and I certainly have them pegged to go 2-0 and advance through their group today.
They've got the wind in their sails. Do FlyQuest have the wind beneath their wings? They're wanting to soar, but so far have not been able to do that, and it's now do or die. It is FlyQuest's map pick. They've had some decent performances on this map leading up until now, but we did mention that Amy's been having a bit of a rough day, and Viku has been looking on fire. It's Dust2. It's the AWP's paradise. I'm unsure.
Yeah, the one thing I will point out for the FlyQuest side is in their most recent meeting between them and Shimmer, they 13-1 Shimmer. So that gives me a lot of confidence. However, right out of the starting gate, it has just collapsed beneath them. What a statement of intent from Big EQUIPA as they go 3 for 3 for pistol rounds 1.
Oof. Very dominant start to this one. Tried to have a little bit of that mid-aggression, and well, pistol rounds, they can be a bit coin flippy, but
when you do that, I don't know, yeah.
In the case of like the previous map, they were in fact a very solid indication of where that map was going. So will that be a repeat performance? Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one for FlyQuest because obviously no bomb plant means no money, honey.
Smoke and a flash is all they have. I would assume they're probably going to try smoke mid to B and run up, or short and try get a bomb down. It's kind of the hope. I will say though, just straight away, that in general, when we look at this FlyQuest side and when we look at the tenure of some of these players that exceed even the thought of ESL Impact, right? Like some of these players have been the reason why a lot of women may have even got into Counter-Strike in the first place, who are playing now at ESL Impact. To see them from basically like Season 3 onwards be going 0-2 and like not getting maps has been disappointing, but especially in this final Season 8, they've looked so good in the regular season. We had so high hopes. It would just be quite disappointing to see, especially these players, go out without a fizzle.
Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Well, we've just kicked off this first half. And FlyQuest have weaponry available to them. And again, we know that they can perform on the map. Let's give them an opportunity to find their stride once again. All of those demons, it's like Letty said, right? It's all about today. It's all about right now. Tomorrow doesn't exist. You've got to focus on the round in front of you, as James Bardolph likes to say.
Yeah. Easier said than done, though.
Hell yeah.
The one thing I'd be very scared of for FlyQuest in this first half, Astra moves a lot. She plays kind of that star role, especially on Dust2, and is moving. You can already see she was a mid, and now she's coming back over towards short, dropping util. Like, she is omnipresent, and especially from that first half, she's going to be packing a punch.
She must be so irritating to play against. But it's such a boon on your squad. I mean, Letty was saying it, right? Big have some of the best puzzle pieces in this roster. And we're finally starting to see that on display. Yesterday was a disappointing performance, but today they have definitely woken up a little bit more. we're seeing the big that we were expecting to see. Now FlyQuest have burned the clock down to 30 seconds. So very clearly it's going to have to be that A hit. Util's going to start to come out now. The smoke blossoms, gives them a bit of space to walk up, but obviously that's going to give away the game. And Viku with a 2-person spray down, and Astra is there just in case anyone gets cheeky. Not even going to have the opportunity as Viku gets a third. Amsan brings it into a 1 versus 4. And all right, BB. Fair enough. I don't know if you win this round with 4 seconds left, but hey, you've certainly shown that you've come to play. Unfortunately, not too much more to be done in that one, and it's yet one more. FlyQuest maybe overcooked that round a bit.
It's interesting you say kind of BB the only one come to play. That has been the sentiment for this FlyQuest
Yeah,
red
Max
side.
did it as well.
For especially last finals. I think she had like a 1.5 rating or something like that on HLTV. Like, it's actually just genuinely ridiculous. Yesterday, the only player to, I'd say, get consistent work done. And then also, even in that first game, like, it was difficult across the board, but she was definitely one of the outliers. So what I was really hopeful of when I saw Marie's performance in the regular season, when I saw Vanessa putting her best rating up, Marie's performance, the focus was actually the improvement from season 7 to 8. I was super hopeful that it isn't just going to be the BB show. Unfortunately, that's kind of what it's been. And as we go on to a low buy for FlyQuest Red, they are just being chewed up and spat out. So it's a very early 4-0 start for Big.
Very much what we saw in the previous map as well, right? Started off in much the same fashion. I believe it was somewhere between round 5. No, I think it was a bit later. Was it round 5 or 6?
They got their first round in round 4. I think it was actually the first gun round. And I was like, yes, we've got a competition on our hands. And then it nosedived.
Yeah. Bit of a tough one there, unfortunately. Recovery here seems a bit difficult. Obviously, Emmy's just on a mission here to do some damage, but is not going to be given the opportunity. Spirits are high in the big camp. It looks like they're not willing to get too ahead of themselves just yet. A reminder, as good as that first map looked and as good as these first few rounds have looked, they know that losing here is the end of the line in ESL Impact.
Trust me, if you are a big fan, you know you never want to count your chickens too early.
I'm a big fan.
Unlucky.
No, I'm just a big fan.
Oh, you're just a big fan, period. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Which is interesting coming from someone as short as I am. Very quick positioning.
Outing yourself.
You say outing. Everybody's seen the video of me next to James Bond.
This is fast, though. Look at this.
Already up long. They managed to force... who was it that they forced off position there? It doesn't really matter. They've made... Yes, forced Emson away. Have moved it, moseyed their way up towards top A. Already in position, but Astra continues to be a problem. Gets that first kill. Looking for more, but it's BB who puts her down. Even kilter here as the smoke blooms. Emmy gets spotted out and sprayed down through the smoke boost. Trying to keep it contestable, but it's the USB from the low ground that gets that kill. 2 players remaining now for FlyQuest. By the grace of God alone, BB is able to get that bomb planted. But how much more can they possibly expect to accomplish in this round? Been a little bit of damage done, and BB and Marie somehow in tandem, hand in hand, bring themselves into a numbers advantage. Now Viku has been a hero before, needs to 1v2, knows where both are, and it's BB again, and it will always be BB, the linchpin of this roster, bringing them there first.
Some alliteration there, always be BB. Roll straight off the tongue, but it quite literally is. Like, we were saying it, what was it, 4 minutes ago, that there's kind of reliance on BB-An, and what just happened? She's the main reason why they win that 2 versus 3. Even though M-San as an anchor just does phenomenal work, the awareness that she's run out of bullets and instead of tucking and trying to reload, knows that Goose is going to try and shoot down onto her. So changing her position slightly, going to USP, great awareness from such a young player. However, exact same round. Look at this from FlyQuest. They are keeping the pressure alive, but this is when they meet Hanka. Only 2 bullets left, though. She gets a dink regardless. The rotations are here, and Viku is quick with it. Kyosa also just swinging. What? That is ridiculous.
And it's crazy because, so in the previous round, we've got Emsan going for some really deep, long aggression to try and hold that space, gets flushed off immediately, has to back away, so they play off-site, waiting for FlyQuest to take the space. This time around, you've got 2 players that have taken that strong position, and this time Hanka, unlike with MSAN, will not be pushed off of her position, stands her ground, and that allows Big to take more space in on towards the site. So even though Hanka ends up dying eventually, she's given a lot of positioning for Big, given Viku the angle that she needs to get those follow-up kills, and it just becomes that domino effect. Now, we immediately transition into this next round, and so much utility has been thrown out very, very early on, but to FlyQuest's advantage, they've managed to stay out of the crosshairs for now. They might just survive a little bit longer and maybe have a chance in this one.
I think Big, they lose a round and they go, actually, we need to put them back in their place. Zero respect has been given over. They're so individually talented and they know it. So for FlyQuest, on a default, they haven't succeeded yet, and they're going to change up their directive, putting some pressure towards short, but now heading through mid to B.
Some good smokes being used as well to give them the pathing that they need, but a tanker from Card to get that first. The Mactane doesn't have the possibility, but the Galil sings and gives them that opening. They've now taken control of the site. Bomb will get planted, and it's the lurk from Marie that's going to make this retake nigh on impossible. Yes, she's low HP, but she's going to try and take this fight regardless, or at the very least, keep these players distracted, buy that little bit more time. Big, however, not really willing to bite. They'll hold on to that position. They'll get Marie, and now in a 2v2 scenario, do they go for this? They do have a kit, but BB shuts this one down. If BB is alive, it's a winnable scenario. Viku already chunked down. They know exactly where she is. She's making so much noise. And it's BB again with yet another kill. That is the name I think that's going to be on our lips for the rest of this series, because she has very much locked in.
And I came into this series actually praising Astra and her mobility and how great she is as moving and controlling around the map on the CT side of Dust2. Guess what? In this round, she gets circumnavigated. The fact that FlyQuest can drop the mid smokes and just go up on towards the B bomb site without any resistance, it is actually, you know, well done. You fooled Big. And on top of that, I'm surprised Big, the B bomb site itself, even though they get that opening kill, they only go 2 for 2. But look at this, FlyQuest, they're just so fast up short. Issue is, they finally met the maker.
It has gone even though. Astra getting those 2 kills there, and she's still alive, so she can get another, 3K if she finds herself in a good spot. Unfortunately, Goose swings a bit too wide, doesn't expect 2 players. Astra is baited into Emmy's crosshairs. This is the FlyQuest we were waiting for. Now Kiosa left all alone. Maybe a little bit of damage here. I don't think it's enough to salvage the round. Or maybe if she gets the planter. There's a world here. But maybe the right call is to just try and save. She's got the kill onto Vanessa. That's absolutely the lurk. So she should have a free pathing to get the hell out of dodge if she so chooses.
She's going for it. Good old college try.
Knows there's at least one on the site. Obviously, somebody had to plant the bomb. Doesn't know where the second one is. So this is going to be a very, very high-stakes scenario for her. Oh, and Emmy's repositioning. Oh, this is going to make it nigh on impossible. Doesn't have any utility. Taps the bomb. No one swings. FlyQuest not willing to give away the game. Marie swings at just the right time. Shuts it down. FlyQuest back with a vengeance.
This is a good look for FlyQuest. Even though they were in a disadvantageous position, they're still able to capitalize on the negligence of Big of getting over-aggressive when it felt maybe unnecessary for Big to do so. And for FlyQuest, when you compare and contrast to the maps they've played so far in this tournament, they've never had a good start. Finally, a little bit of consistent success on the rifles, which we didn't see on Mirage on day one, which we didn't see on Inferno in the last map, and especially against this Eco, they're going to make it a one-round game, and on their map pick will be creating the conversation and the argument that they should push it to Mirage as the decider.
Only a 2-round deficit and an anti-eco now. FlyQuest suddenly starting to feel like maybe the wind is at their backs. For Big EQUIPA, this is a really important moment for them to start pivoting, right? And obviously, this has been a bit of a snowball for them, so I'm expecting to maybe, if they lose the next rifle round, we'll probably see a timeout come out from them. And of course, at that point, BB? Odd. All right.
It was,
Not too sure how that happened. Whatever, it's an anti-eco. Still not great, but they're feeling confident about the round itself.
It's a good old question mark there.
Yep.
Damage is the name of the game right here for Big. They've got a lot of players on the flank. Emmy is holding the line. She's been dinked. I mean, this round isn't winnable, surely. Just damage, right?
Yeah, but okay. I was just getting worried for Emmy for a moment there. I'm still worried for Emmy, man. Again, it doesn't really matter, but boy, would it be spicy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Good smoke. Keep Emmy alive. You want to make sure that as many players as possible live to see another round.
It's actually very good to see that 4 players, as of now, are surviving. Great for the economy, especially because some of these rounds have come down to a 2vx or actually, yeah, all of them have pretty much been 2vx's. So to see them keep those 4 players alive, sustain the economy, and allows them to delve deep into the coppers when necessary. But, as mentioned previously, it's that one-round game, and for the first time this series, it feels like Big, maybe a little bit hot under their collar.
So what I was saying, I think that if they lose this round, we'll probably see that timeout come out. Because obviously if they lose one round, their economy starts backsliding, they're at a bit of a disadvantage. The second round, obviously, they're at that disadvantage. And then the third round, it's pistols, like what are you going to do? So now we're back in the rifles. They've had a chance to kind of chat through those last few rounds, especially the last one, figure out what the plan of action is going to be coming into this one. Looks like the plan of action is just spam damage early on. Not that that's anything new for this team. They've done some very decent damage, particularly onto BB, and this is pretty big. If BB doesn't play safe enough, she might not find herself in a position to get those clutches later on in the round.
What a cheeky angle from Kiosa. I was looking at that. I was like, what are Hanker and Kiosa doing? That's it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Hanker maybe move more aggressively towards A because they know Vanessa's the player that normally resides towards B.
Flash out. Astra avoids most of it, but has to tuck back in. Molotov. Oh my god, she's got to get me out. You know what? She's been the 3K queen. That's not a 3-person stack you want to go into.
But even though she doesn't get a kill, and even though, sure, FlyQuest are able to retreat without taking casualty in that position, they've got no util. They've got 2 molos and a flash, and also no map control.
Big doesn't have too much going for them either, but BB even with low HP, still able to get one. Astra trades it back though, and here it is. This could be the end of this round. 1 player remains. Kiosa. That's what we've been waiting for. A little bit quiet on the previous map. Dust2, she comes alive.
There you go. Not a fan, though, of the VQ Astra double push on short and poor trade spacing. That got me trembling a little bit. That scared me a little bit. But regardless, everything works out successfully. And FlyQuest, a unsuccessful default where we saw it maybe in the earlier rounds where they were defaulting and just not really putting any pressure anywhere. So they'd then go for an execute and Big are just like, well, okay. And it definitely doesn't help when your lurk dies before, well, she can even throw any utility because of a nice, savvy heads-up play from Big. 6-4. They've already secured an even scoreline at the half, but you know they'll be wanting to exceed that. It's a FlyQuest tactical pause. They do like to use them a lot, but I can't say that I've seen maybe like the immediate success come from those pauses necessarily.
Or even the long-term success, for that matter. Somebody had to say it, Freddie.
I'm starting to think that we're changing roles right now. Like you're the one getting pessimistic. I'm like, are you feeling okay? This is a weird dynamic starting to form.
I've been wearing high heels for 2 days, man.
That does something to people. Yeah,
it seems to be.
Even the strongest warrior. That's oof.
We're like standing here and we're chatting.
Sorry, did you just see that?
I did not watch it.
Emsan couldn't open the bottle. And then, really was struggling. And then when finally cracked it open, it was a bit of elation.
Oh, bless. Love to see that. Good to see the spirits are high. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. I was talking about how there was probably going to be a timeout after the gun round. Did not think it would be FlyQuest taking the timeout, but there you have it, folks.
Yeah. It's a rough one.
I am a little bit worried for FlyQuest here because, I mean, as you pointed out, right?
Just getting worried now?
No, I said I'm a little bit worried. I didn't say I'm getting worried, okay? This has been some ongoing worry. I think, like, a lot of people don't know my law, so I'm just going to take a moment here. It's podcast time.
Okay, pop off.
Yeah, thank you. I started my ESL Impact casting career in South America, then got pivoted to North America for a few seasons, and I ran with these teams and these ladies, and I fell in love with FlyQuest, and then I got moved back into South America. Don't get me wrong, I also adore South America, but there's always...
Your heart lies with North America.
No. But there's a very special place in my heart for FlyQuest, who have now breached onto the B site, and they've shut Kiosa down in the blink of an eye. Astra does manage to get one on the ingress, but the site is now utterly open and free for the taking. Bomb will go down.
Look at Bibian. Look at Bibian.
She's literally a Nadia,
But they're all going tunnels. They're all
going mid.
She only will get this one kill on Astra, but it's all the information.
Will she?
Oh my god, she doesn't get the
BB!
kill. BB!
Oh my god, Astra goes down. It's so important now. Goose does get that kill, so thank god they've shut that out. Now, the final vestiges of this big squad coming in through main, and thankfully, Emmy, not an AWP in hand this time. It's the rifle to get the job done, but it's Viku's AWP that's going to have to 1v2 here, struggling to find an opening, to find a sightline on any one time, ticking away, not on her side, and Goose is the savior of that round.
If I'm Bibian, the biggest sigh of relief ever, thinking,
there it is.
Okay, we won the round, we won the round, we won the round. I didn't get the kill, but I got the information.
All good.
Team player, team player.
Good.
This is what people say, you know, stats don't tell a full story. She got the information, that's all that matters.
Yeah, rating is a strategy.
5 rounds for FlyQuest, and importantly, they get that success from a low buy round. If they'd lost that, even with the bomb down, it could have been a little bit difficult with their economy in this round. So going into the 12, MSAN won't be able to escape. She gets mowed down as she's trying to find coverage. So big, they might just have sufficed with 6.
It's a great look for FlyQuest, and it's not the first time. I mean, MSAN's been doing the long control, and previously she was able to get away. This time, BB holds down that M1, wants to make sure that MSAN can't escape. Also, BB 12 and 9 at the moment. Only player on double digits, fun fact.
BB's on double digits, and she's on 12 to 9, but look at the amount of map control that Big have. They've got Hanka, who's got aggressive in towards tunnels. That's allowed Viku to securely rotate over. Issue is, Viku maybe pulls the trigger too early, flashes her teammates through a smoke, and they get flashed their demise.
Who cares about map control, man? Just kill them. 2 players remaining. Hanka now deals with Goose Breeder, and that's a free rifle upgrade, but look how dangerously low they are on HP. They know it's the last round and a half. They have to move, and it's telegraphed these final kills, or these final players will be coming from this position. Viku now under so much pressure. What a no-scope, all right. I mean, again, not going to amount to much, but it's always flashy. It's always fun to see. Almost dies to the Molotov, gets another kill onto Bibian. And look at that
She's
smile.
smiling on
like,
them.
she knows that she can't do anything in this round, but damn, it's got to feel good to be hitting those shots.
360 no-scope into... She knows someone's long. I mean, there is no time. So unfortunately, with that no time, FlyQuest finally some signs of life.
One suicide. Dewey. She's low, she's low. She smoked doors. Yeah.
Watching lower for you, Emma.
They more you.
I'm ready. Wait. No, Xbox, not top mid.
Flash,
Okay,
flash.
flashing. Boom. More. Lower one, lower. Last.
I'm behind.
Nice! Let's fucking go!
Good fucking job, guys.
Pistol dots!
So electric, I might die. Yeah, the feeling in the air makes me high, but I'm in for the ride. And I thrive in the street lights, lose myself in the currents of time. I got you on my mind. Everything that I feel is so new. I'm pretty sure you're gonna feel it too.
FlyQuest gave themselves a very good start to this map off of some absolute heroics from the Australian superstar. I'm sure Mac has been losing his mind in the green room, but now we've got to dive back into the second half and see if FlyQuest can get themselves the second map, get them the stay of execution, and take it to a third.
Goosebreeder getting very aggressive. I don't know how she's gotten away with that. Okay.
She didn't.
Gets penalized on the second time of asking. Great first bullet headshot accuracy from actually both Goosebreeder and Viku. Give the props where it's deserved. But that means the dust is settled in a 4 vs 4. And unfortunately for Goose, she actually doesn't get that much information. Like that whole play is to see what the crack is. What's going on this T side. And she doesn't actually get anything. So that's why Marie pushes long now.
It's always fun seeing an AWPer get headshots, because, like, AWPers don't need headshots, but she can do it.
Well, that's when you just, like, flex on them. You go AWP, so you go to headshot-only DM servers and AWP. That's when you really just, like, I've got aura.
I would be doomed. Just utterly, utterly doomed. I can barely hit a body shot. All right.
The broadside of a barn door.
Yeah. Okay, we've slowed down a lot off of that, keeping that info starve hot and heavy. 35 seconds now, we're going to have to go for that exec. The Hanker pops down to give themselves a little bit of space here. Jesus, okay. What was that about first bullet accuracy? Just one by one, they fall by the wayside. Only 2 players left here. It is Viku!
Wow.
What the hell?
Okay, started on them a little bit. That is some crispy, clean haircuts being dished out by Viku. And I was actually coming into this second half, just like, let's ignore that final round where she hit some nice shots. I was actually thinking, damn, Viku's been missing a lot of AWP shots this map. Sure, she's been thrust into a lot of clutch, kind of unwinnable situations, but I was thinking, oh, okay, you know, she's been missing a little bit. I wonder if that's anything to note. And then she comes into the pistol round and does that. So, yeah, that's just fantastic. That's phenomenal. It's also a great call on the pistol round from Big, and as we heard in the comms at halftime, they are pistol gods. They've won 4 out of the 4 pistols, and if we also forget about BB's attempted 1v3, it was really clean pistol rounds across the board.
There's something very funny about Viku holding the double doors, spotting like 1 million players, trying to find a headshot and getting dinked herself.
Yeah, I saw that and I didn't notice they had USPs, and I was like, oh, okay, FlyQuest have bought up, and I was like, oh no, they did that with a USP.
Also, Astra just got another 3K.
She does love her ecos.
Yep. Although it's not always on an eco.
It's not on purpose.
Mostly on an eco.
Yeah, like it's I'm saying that in jest, not an accusational way.
Just making sure. You know.
I think it's just a coincidence that this series she just has happened to get multi-kills against ecos.
Yep. Lots of multi-kills for Astra. Very much putting on a show for us. That's what we're here for. We got the lights to match. You guys can't see this. It's a bit of a disco here.
We're raving in the studio.
Having a good time. FlyQuest were having a good time.
Hope is what kills you. Hope is what kills you. Come in second half.
Jesus, Freddy.
6-6, and then like you're sitting there, you're like, yeah, okay, we're actually gonna give him a little bit of sun, and then this first gun round is actually super important.
That might be the worst thing you've ever said.
Hope is what kills you.
That is literally some Disney villain slogan. Hope is what kills you. Damn. All right, Ursula.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, he says, as if that was any way a compliment. All right, Goose. Her team will be thanking her. She gets that first kill. My God, Ebson. Spray down through the smoke. Goose instantly traded back, and a lot of damage has been taken. But BB, come on, BB. She saw what Astra did and went, hang on, guys. Hold my drink. I can do it too. Kiosa will try to bite back, but she's left now in a 1v3. And, well, BB is still alive. Flash over the top. Can't quite connect it. BB with a 4K.
She just might be the GOAT.
Might be?
She just might be the GOAT. That is such a good round from BBN, but also if you compare that mid to B to the in the first half when Big were on the CT side, FlyQuest did a mid to B, and FlyQuest, that was, I think, their first gun round. Big had no congestion. There was no one spamming through the CT smoke. There was no one applying that pressure on the T side. Where if you look at that, sure, BB gets the majority of the kills, but there's also the teamwork and cohesion around it to make it super uncomfortable for those players who were going up mid. They were never secure of where to look, and BB capitalized upon that pandemonium.
Bringing that deficit down to a far more doable scenario and leaving Big's money on a little bit of an uncomfortable spot. Low and slow here. I do like the slower approach. I want to make sure they can find themselves an opening before they really commit to too much of anything. I say that, we're actually getting a fairly quick exec here, not like the 30-second push we had a bit earlier on. This time around it's Viku, and she's going to crack it open with a stunning shot straight onto Goose Breeder. Oh my god, Kiosta up close and personal against the smoke, and that with BB the raid boss down, followed quickly by Vanessa. The numbers have fallen by the wayside. Big have the advantage, bomb planted, and the last two FlyQuest players.
Okay,
Jesus, Viku.
Just stick on a pistol.
Yeah, honestly, who needs it all? Oh my god!
Okay, Viku. So absolutely unnecessary, but at the same time, so necessary.
Oh, good, man.
That's going to get the fans. I think that's the first time a big fan has celebrated in years. And Shuligun.
Unless you're a fan of the ESL Impact roster.
Yeah.
You know, then obviously you celebrate quite a lot, especially this season. They've been phenomenal this season. I also just want to remind, like, this was a team that we had some question marks around because in some of the satellite tournaments, they'd looked a little bit mortal, to use a word you used yesterday. They looked like there were some chinks in the armor, some possibilities to pivot off of, and they've come into the season. Yes, they looked a bit rough yesterday, but revitalized, I think, is absolutely the word. Every single one of these players, all cylinders firing, looking incredible.
I think that's the scary thing with Big, and it was something that me and B-Dog were talking about. The fact that Hanko, who has notoriously been star player, who has been kind of the best individually rated player in all of her rosters, is not even playing star role positions. That is like a kind of almost terrifying prospect and thought. Because then there's also someone who, like Astra, who is more than capable to... And then Viku on the AWP as well. So good. M-San, diamond in the rough. I saw that pickup and I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting one. I didn't really expect that. But has really showed, and on home soil is showing why she got picked up. Double digits for Big. They're looking to end it off right here, right now. And Hanka opens up the proceedings.
Amy gonna try and bite back a little bit here, but Viku is just following that up, following up that pressure. FlyQuest, as good as they looked in those few rounds, I say a few rounds, they've managed to get one so far. There's half. Jesus, and Viku. Viku up to 20-9 now, has utterly overtaken BB and stands atop the tower of women in this lobby. Saying that, Amy will win out that duel. It might be the first and only time that we get to see that. But it's going to take a lot more than that for them to find some footing back into this map. No kit on board, so timing is very much a problem here. Knows that there's two players remaining, but don't know where they are, so the HE out to see if she can flush something. Now she knows she doesn't have to be as weary of that corner, but great communication between the last remaining players from Big. That ticks them over yet one more round, and FlyQuest's chances seem to be dwindling.
If I am another team in this tournament, looking at Big EQUIPA, especially let her cook, that opening day you were thinking, yeah, okay, this is the Big we're getting in Stockholm. You then watch this series and you think, oh no, this is the Big we're getting in Stockholm. I think this is a statement of intent for Big EQUIPA going further into this tournament, and just an unfortunate time if you're a FlyQuest Red fan, because time after time they are now just being opened up in these rounds. Viku isn't immovable object. Her kill per round, I think she's quite literally, obviously she's statistic-wise got a kill per round, but especially in the second half, has every round got at minimum a kill or a multi-kill, opening kills, clutches. It's like she's doing it all. And at the same time, there's also then no weak link around her. This is very difficult to look at Big and think, how are they going to lose this game?
I have a fun question for you.
Hit me.
We were having the Forks discussion, and you said yesterday that you think maybe Forks overtook VQ for 3rd place.
That's a question.
That's why I asked it.
Well, the only way that we can decide that is a possible grand finals matchup. So the only way that Sakura and Big EQUIPA are able to meet each other again would be if Big go on to beat Let Her Cook later today in the winners match of Group A, and then also beat NIP Impact in playoffs, and Sakura also beating either Atrix or MIBR. So that's a really interesting question. I think when you look at the top 4 AWPers, I would have put Anna first, and then Zana, and then VQ, and then Forks. However, Anna has been eliminated straight out the bat. So, AWPing question in Women's Counter-Strike, the crown is up for grabs, and currently VQ is making a very big case of why she should be wearing it. It's a FlyQuest red tactical timeout. What magic can Sheikh Zula conjure up? Is it even possible to inject his squad with energy this late on into the matchup?
Yeah, I think that is the question. It feels like this is running away from them in the way that they might not even be able to recover from. They managed to dodge that first shot from the double doors. So at least they can go into the rest of this round 5 strong and not at a player disadvantage within the first few seconds. That would have been absolutely devastating. A sigh of relief. The pressure's not off just yet. It's 5 consecutive rounds needed to get us into overtime. That might be something just short of a miracle, considering how dominant Big have looked on this T side.
With the fans behind them, they're getting loud in the arena. Big looking to end it off here. They're putting a bit of presence, faking it towards middle, but Emmy sees all of this. She knows it's a ruse. However, VQ gets the best of it, and VQ jumps down and somehow doubles up.
Somehow, VQ has been a revelation on this map. She continues to be, I called BB on a raid boss a little bit earlier on. BB has not had a kill in a handful of rounds. VQ, however, continues to be such a problem. Vanessa tries desperately to be that anchor that her team needs, but can only get one. Gooseberry might have a timing here. Gets the kill onto VQ. It was a little bit labored, but it does come through. With only 2 players remaining, though, this retake is nigh on impossible for all the marbles now. FlyQuest have to mount that miracle. They've got a little bit of utility that they can play off of, but they have to find an opening. And Big EQUIPA have done well to hold on to some of their utils, so they can keep running this clock down as far as possible. Not playing too aggressive, not getting too cheeky. Spots the barrel of the gun, the shot's firing down. That's Marie taken down. Gooseberry, the last one left alive, cannot get a single kill. Emson shuts it down. Big EQUIPA take map 2, take the series, and book their ticket to the semi-finals.
The Bears are roaring today in Stockholm. VQ, a goddess amongst mortals. What an absolutely sickening performance from her, and Big EQUIPA looking leaps and bounds better than yesterday. That's an understatement. If I am led